don't know how this just happened, but I was going to do a video for you guys, and my video camera just started on its own. So obviously there's still spirit around me from this weekend. First things first, I just want to wish you guys all a happy new year. I know 2022 was very weird for most of us, and there was some downfalls and some setbacks and what have you. Just know that 2022 is in the past, so we're going to leave that right there. Start this new year out with the right way. Happy, loving, caring, open-minded, laughter, lots of laughter. I don't have a New Year's resolution because every day I try to wake up and just be the best person I can be. Grant you, I have those days too where I'm in a slump, but I usually come out of it by the next day or by later that day or whenever. So in 2023, I want you all just to be more open-minded about the things around you, especially the spirit realm or heaven, however you want to call it. I want you to be more forgiving, especially be grateful for those people that are around you daily that help make your life better. Sometimes people get in that negative Nancy mode or that Debbie Downer mode, or oh, woe is me, I have it so bad, and blah, 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 blah. When in reality, they've been blessed with an awesome family, amazing friends, food on their table, a roof over their head, a great job, a car that gets them to and from, but they can't see those things that are right in front of them. They want to surround themselves with pity and negative things, and the more negative feelings you have, the more negativity you will attract, when in reality you've been blessed by so much. And grant you, we all have bad days and good days, but we need to let the good days supersede the bad. And we need to reflect on those good days to help brighten our day. So try to forget about the bad things. Try to forget about, the overwhelming stress that you have from time to time, and focus on the good days you do have. I myself need to do the same thing. Like I said, I'm not making a resolution, but I am going to change some things in my life because I know I need to. Sometimes I'm surrounded with negative people who are rude, defensive, ungrateful, short-tempered, and I can't be around that. I just can't any longer. I'm just going to have to walk away from people who act that way or come off that way, because it seems like when you're around somebody who's constantly bitching and complaining or moaning and groaning about this and that, and you know that their life is not that bad, it tends to rub off on you and makes you feel icky or sick. And I've noticed that. I noticed that last year, all year. It seemed like it was nothing but a bitch fest from any which direction I went. So I'm going to love those people from afar. So just try to eliminate those negative people from your life. And grant you, some of them negative people might be your family or your best friends. Just try to make wiser choices on what you choose to hear and what you choose to say. Don't feed into the negativity, because once you do, it's like a snowball effect. One negative person that makes you feel negative then tends to make 10 more people feel negative. You see what I'm saying? So turn it around and make it something positive, so you affect more people positively. I can't even say that word. But I just mostly wanted to wish you guys all a 2023. I'm excited because I'm getting ready to start classes again. My mentor is coming back after months to do classes. I start next Monday in the evening. So I'm excited because I like being with like-minded people. And what gets me is I'm in classes with like hundreds of people from all over the world. And these people have been through traumatic experiences in life. Some of them have had massive, major health issues. Some people are cancer survivors from 2 and 3 times bouts with cancer. Some of them had traumatic childhoods, but no matter what these people have been through in life, they show up in class with a smile on their face, a positive attitude, gung-ho, ready to learn about the spirit world or our loved ones on the other side. And it floors me because so much positive energy in one place tends to just radiate your own heart and soul. So when you're around people that are very much like-minded like you, that energy just is like a giant ball of love and happiness and being blessed by people who've, no matter what they've been through, they're still right there with a smile on their face. So I'm so excited to get back in that energy because it lacks on a daily with a lot of people. And I'm just ready to go gung-ho again. Gung-ho, get back to my roots. I want you guys to also this year try to be more open-minded with your loved ones that are in heaven, and grant you, I know it sucks that they're gone physically and you can't hug them physically or talk to them and get their advice physically. But just know that no matter where they are in the spirit world, they're always beside you. Whether you're having a bad day or good day, or you're sad, or you've accomplished some kind of goal, they are there when you need them the most. And so you need to watch for those signs, or something that if you're having a down day and all of a sudden you smell their perfume, you're like, whoa, I just smelled my grandma's perfume or whatever. Just know that's their way of letting you know they're right here, and they'll always be right here until the day you take your last breath, and then they'll be there to help you transition to the other side. That's just how it works. And I'm hoping more people become more open-minded about this because we need more positive energy in the world. I was on TikTok yesterday and I was like floored at how many people were saying this is the end of times. The end of times are coming because all these ducks are frozen in this pond. The end of times are coming because we're having weird weather. Well, you know what? When so many people on a platform like that feed into it's the end of the world, they're going to cause something drastic. So if more people feed into happy, positive, and good times to come, it's going to change things for the better. So don't feed into all that cockamamie stuff. Grant you, they've been saying the end of times have been coming for decades and centuries and hundreds of centuries. Yet we've yet to see that, right? But yes, we've seen changes during those times, just like we're probably going to see changes coming, which changes have already happened. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be all bad. We go through this every century. So don't feed into that negative stuff that the end of the world is coming and that you need to get right. Because listen, as long as you believe in a higher power, or as long as you believe in yourself and you surround yourself with happy things and happy people, you are going to be just fine. You're going to be just fine. I just don't like the fact that so many people feed into that negativity, because the more negative, it's like the snowball effect. The more negative is going to happen. So I am not going to let myself feed into that. I'm going to feed into the positive things that surround me daily, the positive people that surround me daily, and I'm going to put that negativity stuff and those negative people in the back. I can love them from afar. But also, I want to tell you a little story. Sometimes when I'm not able to do classes and stuff, I tend to put my gift on the back burner, which I know I shouldn't, because the last few months I have gotten vibes and spirit communication and this and that. So I'm going to say the past week I've felt some vibes. I didn't really feed into it too much to hear what anybody had to say on the other side at that moment. But New Year's Eve, we had a party at the bar, of course, and I knew that I was going to go home before midnight because I just wanted to be at home, in the comforts of my own home before midnight. And so that night I was exhausted anyways. So I'm driving home, and it was like 11:15 when I left the bar. And I'm driving home, and it's so foggy out, and you can see like the street lights, through the fog, and any car lights like, maybe 20 feet ahead of you because it's foggy. So I'm driving home, and all of a sudden I hear my grandma laughing. And she's talking about the color purple. And I'm like, okay, why is she laughing about the color purple? What's so funny about this color? And then she was just saying, isn't it funny how the color purple is kind of hereditary, and most of the girls in our family, that's their favorite color. Different colors of purple, of course, because I was seeing lavender, then I was seeing a dark purple, and then I was seeing like just a regular purple crayon. I mean, just like weird stuff like that. And I'm thinking, why is my grandma bringing this up of all things? You know, I don't usually get readings for myself, but obviously she's here for a reason. So as I'm driving home, my grandma's laughing hysterically, like belly laughing, really hard about this color purple. And I'm just like, this is not making sense to me, you know, and then whatever. So I'm driving home and she's just saying, you know, you need to know you had a rough 2022. It was like a roller coaster, you know, things were up and down, but just know that I've always been right here beside you through all of it. You might not have realized it, but I'm always going to still be here through everything you're going through until the day you take your last breath. I will be there. I will be there through that. And so she's just reminding me that she's always with me, which I really needed to hear because I've kind of been so busy these last couple of months with things going on everywhere, and I just haven't honed in on my gift like I should. So she's reminding me not to doubt myself, that she's right here, she's real, and blah, blah, blah. So as I pull into my driveway, she's like, today's my anniversary. And I thought, what is she talking about? It's her anniversary, you know? And then all of a sudden I remember, I am terrible with dates. I'm terrible with birthdays. I'm terrible with death dates. I'm terrible with all of it. Weddings, all that. I'm terrible. I'm terrible with my own damn doctor's appointments. But anyways, so my grandma's like, it's my anniversary. And I'm like, what is she talking about? It's her anniversary. Anyways, all of a sudden I was like, oh, today is her anniversary. So in 2015, in October, the very end of October, we took over the bar. We had our first New Year's Eve party December 31st. 5 minutes after midnight, I get a phone call from my mom letting me know that my grandma passed away about 10 minutes till midnight, I think it was. So on New Year's Eve, my grandma passed away in 2015. And her telling me today was my anniversary was reminding me that that day, New Year's Eve, was the day she left this world and got all the answers to all her questions. And my grandma being a Catholic woman, we had this talk many times about spirits and angels and where were the dinosaurs at in the Bible? Why aren't they talking about them? You know, and my grandma would always try to answer me the best way she knew how, you know, and a lot of that was based on religion. And as my grandma got older and started realizing that there was more than just religion, she started to realize that some of those questions I probably asked her had more meaning behind them than what we had been programmed or taught. And my grandma kind of backed off on her religion a little bit and wasn't so, you know, into it like she had been before, even though she still believed in God, of course. But it's just that she kind of backed off on her religion a little more than we ever thought she would. I think she started to open her eyes to a lot more things that she had not realized growing up. But anyways, so my grandma was reminding me that it was her anniversary, and I kind of just chuckled a little bit thinking, oh gosh, she knows what I'm doing. She knows that I can speak to people, and she's coming through for a reason for me, because I needed that. I so needed that, even though I never get readings for myself. I do for other family members, but it's like it's not really related to me. It's related to someone else. So I went to my mom's house today because my aunt had brought her back home, and I went to visit for a minute. And after my aunt and uncle left, I started getting chills up my left leg. And I looked at my mom and I said, I'm getting vibes up my left leg. My mom instantly says, it's your grandma. And I was like, huh? And I was like, well, I need to tell you more about that because my grandma came to me New Year's Eve laughing. And my mom said, that's weird because I had a dream about grandma that night, and so did your aunt. So not only did my aunt and my mom dream about my grandma New Year's Eve, my grandma came and spoke to me New Year's Eve. So I had to tell my mom then about this purple because I didn't understand why grandma was hysterically laughing about it. So I'm like, Mom, Grandma came to me, and how she did was she started laughing hysterically, like belly laughing, about the color purple. And she kept saying, isn't it funny how all us girls like the color purple and blah, blah, blah. It's like almost being passed down from generation to generation, which is odd because my grandma's favorite color is purple. My mom's favorite color is purple. My favorite color is purple. And yesterday, my granddaughter told me her favorite color was purple. So now I totally understand from New Year's Eve night what my grandma meant about being hereditary. But when I told my mom, hey, Grandma was laughing hysterically about this color purple, and I don't understand why she was hysterically laughing. It didn't make no sense to me. My mom instantly knew what I was talking about. She says, listen, I know why she was hysterically laughing about the color purple. Because my mom, my aunt, and my grandma went shopping. And when they went shopping, my grandma was saying she wants to find a purple shirt or sweater. So my mom would hold up a sweater and say, hey, look, here's one. I found you one. And my grandma would say, oh, no, that's too purple. So then my aunt would say, oh, here's one. And she says, that's not the right color purple. Or then my mom would be like, how about this one? She's like, that's too light purple. So no matter what sweater or shirt my aunt and my mom were picking out, my grandma was just like, it's not the right purple. It's too light a purple. It's too dark purple. It wasn't the right color purple. Well, because of that, my mom and my aunt started teasing her. And every time they'd pick up something, they'd be like, oh, that's not the right color purple. Oh, wait, no, that's too light purple. So they started teasing her. My grandma got to laughing so hard that she leaned over the jewelry counter and started hanging on for dear life because her legs went to jello because she was hysterically laughing. She was scared she was going to fall down. So half her body was laying on the jewelry counter as they were picking on her, and she was laughing like she was going to pee her pants. So Mom looked at me and was like, that is why your grandma came through laughing hysterically about the color purple. Not only did my grandma come through for that reason, it was to tell me it was her anniversary of her death day. But not only did she come through for me, she came through my mom, because I know my mom is going to call my aunt and tell her what all I said. And not only that is, my mom and my aunt both had a dream about grandma that same night that my grandma came through to visit me. So my grandma gave me a very valuable lesson. Stop doubting yourself, Charity, because I do. Even though I try not to, I try to go with the flow, I often doubt the things I see and hear and feel. And I shouldn't do that. I need to let that go and speak it. Don't hold back. Just let it flow. So if ever I'm doing a reading, just say everything they are telling me, because there is a reason they are telling me this stuff for their loved ones. Whether I see a damn freaking green poodle, I need to tell that person I'm reading for, I don't know why I'm seeing a green poodle. I don't know if the color green means something, or if that poodle means something, or if a green poodle does mean something. I need to just say it as I see it or hear it or feel it, because there's going to be some significance to that somehow. And so my grandma was reminding me, just speak your truth. Just tell them what you see, hear, or feel from their loved ones, because there's something pertaining to that and they need to hear it to help them heal. Which is funny, because my grandma was very religious as I grew up as a child, and never in a million years would my grandma, if I told her about this gift 15 years ago, my grandma would have been like, raspberries, don't believe it. But as she got older, she started to believe more. And as she made it over to the other side, she's probably like, cheesy cow, no wonder why Charity asked me all these crazy questions growing up. Because I had questions that needed answered because of the things I felt and seen all these years and didn't understand them. And I thought, who more to help me than my grandma, who grew up knowing the Bible inside and out and religious views and even taught religion to kids, would know these answers. But yet she could never answer them, because I would stun her half the time with the questions I asked. So now that grandma really knows what kind of gift I have, she had to make her point known, that she will always have my back and she will always be beside me through my journey, my spiritual journey, and whatever obstacles and whatever accomplishments come my way. So remember that your family are closer than you ever could imagine, and they're right there with you through thick and thin, even though you can't see them or hear them or maybe even feel them, they are there, and they will be there until the day you leave this earth, and then they'll be waiting for you. Just know that. So these classes came just at the right time. I signed up for them a week before Christmas because I knew I needed to get back in the groove. And I do want to do more videos. And like I've been saying, I've been trying to get my ducks in a row for a year. And I feel for some reason, this is the year that my ducks are going to line up like they should. And I'm going to be free enough to do what I need to do to help me be a better person and to help you guys heal and help you receive the messages that are meant for you, whether it's a psychic message or a spiritual message from your loved one. Just that this is the year. 23 is a good number, and I feel it's going to be a good number for a lot of people. There's going to be a lot of changes people are making in their life this year for the better. So remember that when I say that. That's my little psychic prediction. I should sit down and do a psychic prediction anyways, but I haven't done that yet. But I just want to tell you guys, I love you very much. And I know I'm not on here as much as I would like to be, but I'm going to work my damnedest to do this. Whether it's after I take my classes on Monday, I'll post a video maybe on Wednesday to help you guys know what we're studying or what we're working on. To give you some insight about new things that I'm learning also during this, because this class is about our guides and how to make a better connection with them and hang on to that connection, which I do know my guides are around a lot because I feel them and they tell me things. So this is going to be cool just to kind of figure out what tools or what mental things I can use to hang on to that connection a little stronger, to get more information from them and stuff. So we're going to see. But I will maybe do some videos. Well, I think I will. On Wednesdays, probably. I'll try to upload them on Wednesdays because that's my easiest day at work. So you guys can get kind of some insight into what we're doing with this class. And it is a fun class. Any classes I have taken with Lisa Williams has been amazing and a blessing because it has helped me so much understand that I'm not crazy. And I didn't need a doctor to tell me that. So I saved some money in that aspect. Anyways, I just want to say believe, and always believe in yourself. Don't forget to breathe and make this 2023 the best year ever. Seriously. Be happy. Be kind, be compassionate, be understanding, be more open-minded, and open yourself up to those people that are on the other side. And don't be afraid. Love you all. Night.